Big Papa's gonna cook a maple, sweet money, brown sugar glazed, center cut pork loin roast. I like to presentation carve it. That way I can portion control it, make everybody happy, but also be involved in the serving of the food. So we're gonna take this Smithfield center cut pork loin, and we're gonna start by hitting it with a little maple. The maple's gonna act as glue. It's also super sweet. Also, maple goes great with pork. You know, we talked earlier about how pineapple does. Maple is like right up there with one of the best flavors. It just works. So then we're gonna hit it with a little sweet money here. Sweet money is a barbecue rub that's great for inside and also is kind of made for pork. And it's got a little bit of sweet heat. It's got some great sea salt. And it'll take some of that maple flavor and it'll really accentuate it. Well, we're gonna give it a pretty good coating too. So you see how the maple's acting as a glue? We're gonna get this side too. See, these recipes are so easy because when you start out with great meat, just try and do things that make it better. Don't get in the way of the meat. And that's what we're gonna do here. Now we're gonna take the brown sugar. There's a light and there's a dark. We're using the light. I don't wanna get the dark color from the dark. And I want the lighter flavor because the darker has a little denser flavor and I'm looking to kind of avoid that. So if you see this, now I'm gonna do something that's gonna kind of blow your mind a little bit because we've used our maple, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sneak a little cucaracha on there, which is my dried sriracha, and that's gonna really balance the flavor out and give you kind of what they call a good mouthfeel. I'm doing it because when you're cooking, you like a lot of yin and yang. You want a little sweet, you have a little heat. You want a little tart, you want a little savory. So it's what creates a balanced flavor profile. So when you taste it, you're going to first taste the sweet. And hopefully right when you're finishing, you'll taste just a little bit of heat, just a little buzz. And that's what we want to do, because if it's just sweet, it becomes boring. Okay, we're gonna put it in at 275 degrees on the Mac 2-star. I'm gonna put on the top shelf because I want the smoke to swirl around almost like a rotisserie, the confection. So we're gonna put a probe in this. We're gonna pull it at about 140 because we want it to cook it to 145. What happens is with food is that when you let it rest, which you should always let meat rest, there's a residual cook-off. So it'll pick up that 5 degrees we're looking for while it's resting. I think it's done. Let's see. I'm looking for 140. 139, 140, it's gonna carry. Let me see down here a little bit. Oh, 145. So here we go. Boy, look at this bathing beauty right here. That's gonna be really good. Let's come on over here and let it rest. Okay, we've let it rest. The reason why we let it rest is to let that residual heat, temperature carry on, but also meat some muscle. And when you pull it off, it's tight and the juices come out. But if you let it rest, it loosens up a little bit and it reabsorbs some of the juices and makes for a more tender roast. So let's give this a try here. I'm sort of happy with this, guys. You know how much restraint it takes to not just grab one of those slices? Pull this over here. Well, we've just plated a Smithfield center cut pork loin that's cooked in a sweet money maple brown sugar glaze. And this should be really special. A great thing for the holidays, great thing for any time. You're gonna have some sweet, some heat. I think there's some for everybody on this plate. Very happy with it. Now we're talking pork, okay?